before. Got a little past the normal end part. We're trying something new here, guys. I'm currently recording this on my computer. I'm no longer using my phone to do these because the video just keeps stopping and I can't take it anymore. I've done this the last like 3 weeks. It just keeps happening. So hopefully you guys could just hear that intro, or else that would like suck. But anyways, this is Power Rankings, guys. Let's week 6. Let's just get into it. Number 10 is Connor. Shocker. There ain't a whole lot to say, right? I mean, put up 95 points. Team ain't that great. He's number 10. That's really all I got for Connor. Number 9, person he just played and lost to, is Cole. Cole, I'm starting to get similar feelings to Connor, where it's just like I don't get it. Like, Cole's team just puts up, he put up 103 points this week. I feel like he puts up 103 points every week. It's just there's no boom to Cole's team. There's not a ton of bust, I guess. Like, he hasn't had a week where he puts up like 50, like somebody in this league did. But there's just no boom. It just kind of is what it is. Scottaboo's cool though. But yeah, I mean, Cole is number 9. Is what it is. Number 8 is Liam. Now, this is why I'm pissed about my phone, because that was actually a commissioner's adjustment to the committee's rankings. It actually originally was Carter at 8. And I kind of read that and I was like, that can't be right. They made a mistake, because they just played and Liam put up 60 points. 59, actually. Didn't even cross the 60 mark. You can't, I mean, I don't know how that's possible, right? And I think last week Liam was a top 3 team. Did he fall that far? No, he was 5th last week. But still, he falls from 5 to 8 because 59 points. I mean, Mahomes had 31. It means the rest of his team literally had less than 30 points combined. It ain't great. And, decimated by injury now, and now he's got to come see me. So at 2 and 4, Liam is like good, but he's also in a bad spot. So he's going to have to kind of dig himself out of this hole. But, given what I just said, you can probably guess who number 7 is. It's Carter. Good week out of Carter. And Carter, he's turned his team around. It looked as bad as it could get a couple weeks ago. Now all of a sudden, Carter's got life. If he can keep stringing together weeks where he's putting up 120, I mean, who knows what can happen, right? But he is still 2 and 4, so he does need to string some wins together. But yeah, so Carter number 7. Number 6 is Jake. Kind of a meh week for Jake. I mean, 113. That's not a bad week at all. Wasn't enough to win. But, I think he fell like, what was Jake? Jake was 3rd. So, yeah, I mean, it might seem a little steep to fall to 6, but that's the thing. Like, everybody's 3 and 3. Like, practically the whole league is 3 and 3. So it's like right now it's like one good win or one loss can like drastically change these rankings, and it just kind of, it is what it is. Jake's at 6, but if he wins next week, he'll probably jump back up into the top 3. It's that wide open right now. But now to the top 5. This is what the people come for. Number 5, and man, this is crazy to say. Number 5 is Dan. Now, if I told you like 3 weeks ago that Dan would be top 5 in power rankings, you probably would have set him on drugs, said I'm crazy. But here we are. Dan's won 3 straight games against 3 good opponents. Now, was this week a little cheesy? Did he get super lucky that Puka got hurt? Yeah, obviously. But you're going to need luck if you're going to beat me. That's the thing. Like, you need injuries or you need luck. You can't, there's no way to beat my team just straight up, just you have the better team. It's not possible. So Dan brought his A game. It was a gritty match. Like, injuries galore, low scoring, just total grit. It's generally what you see out of two, the former commissioner and the current commissioner. When commissioners play, it's tough. It's like a real kind of bash. It's a physical game. And as angry as I was last night at the circumstances, how they unfolded, all I can really do is say hats off to Dan. I mean, he's just finding a way to get it done. And you know what? As of right now, I'm not setting the lines, Vegas is, but Dan's the odds-on favorite to win Manager of the Year because his team was like, it looked like as bad as it could get in fantasy. And then all of a sudden, 3 straight wins. McCaffrey's great. Is Swift back? I don't know. These are the questions. But yeah, I mean, hats off to Dan. That's all you can say. He's 3-3 now. He's tied for third place, if you think about it. So Dan's number 5. Number 4 is Evans. Similar to Jake, good week, but just wasn't enough to get a win. But what I'll say about Evans is if Joe Flacco, now I'm not really buying into this, but I could be wrong. Generally not, but I could be. If Joe Flacco is like decent, he could save Jamar Chase, and then all of a sudden, if Jamar Chase is like 80% of what he was last year, Evans is in a good spot. That's a lethal combo of JT and Jamar. Assume if Jamar is like what we were expecting him to be. But he is 3-3, did lose, so Evans does drop to 4. I mean, not far. Actually, no, he stayed at 4, so stagnant. Yeah, number 3 is Caleb. Now, Caleb needed this. Caleb was on a 3-game skid, starting to deal with some injuries. Things were looking glim. And, he came out. He responded. His back was kind of against the wall, and he put up 140. So, that's exactly what he needed. But now, I'll say he really needs, a lot of people need this, I guess, but like if he can grab another win here and get back to, positive record 4-3, that would probably be pretty big, because like I said, so many people are 3-3. It's like, you don't want to fall to 2-4 or 3-4. I mean, it's not as bad as 2-4, but you don't want to be 3-4. These 3-3 teams, they're all trying to squeeze out another win this week, so you get a little cushion. You don't want to feel like your back is against the wall every week. But Caleb showed up. I don't know what to think of Rico Dowdle when Chuba comes back. I guess we'll see, but that could be the waiver out of the year, I guess, if he keeps putting up 30 points every week. But yeah, so Caleb's number 3. Now to the top 2. This is what the people came for. Number 2 is me. No, it's me. Which means Moss is number 1. Now, everybody thinks, everybody always has these crazy conspiracy theories that I am the committee or like I am the High Council. I don't know where that's stemming from. Clearly, it's not the case. I disagree with the High Council all the time. I don't voice that opinion because you don't go against what the High Council says ever. Many have been killed for that. Somebody even said, believe it or not, it's actually how George Floyd died. It was the High Council. But no, I should probably edit that out, but I'm not a good enough editor, so there she stays. But yeah, back to the power rankings. It's just it was the perfect sequence of events for Moss to get his chance at the top. I got kind of screwed by some injuries and some just bad play, Saquon just not showing up. But really, I lost by 2 and Puka got hurt with 3 points. Let's be real. I should be 6-0 right now, but it's okay. It's okay. Um, and Moss had a good week, 150. Kind of carried by Bijan, but you know, he had a good week. Now, what's annoying about Moss is like he's gonna try and say like, dude, I put up 150 and I was missing all these guys. Yeah, but guys like Kamani Vidal gave you 20. So it's like, really, if you played like what would be your normal lineup, you probably would have scored less. As crazy as that sounds. But the real question is, can Moss sustain success? We've seen, because he's never had it before. But we've kind of seen teams like Evans jump up into like the top 2 or 3 of rankings, and it's just hard to handle that pressure, I guess, because then then you lose a few games, make some foolish decisions, and then all of a sudden you're like, shit, where what happened to when things were good? Sustaining the success at the top is tough. Just ask me. I'm usually at the top. It's tough to do. It's tough. Um, so that'll be the real test here for Moss. He's got his time to shine in the sun here. Can he sustain it? Here's what I'll say. I would bet any amount of money right now that he doesn't sustain it. Moss plays Dan this week, which that's matchup of the week. All right, Dan's on a 3-game win streak. And Moss is now newly number 1 in the rankings. Can he sustain it? He's got to see Dan. Dan is a scary team to play right now. So I will make my bet right now. I guarantee it. I'm giving you the commissioner's guarantee that Dan beats Moss this week. So I guess enjoy it while you can, Moss, because I guarantee you won't be number 1 next week, and I'll probably be back to reclaim my spot. But for now, congrats, I guess. But yeah, that's power rankings, guys. And yeah, match of the week, like I said, Dan and Moss. Go Dan.